Hi, I first want to thank you guys for putting this together, give us all a chance to take a pause from the craziness we live and appreciate the great work so many of us do. And it's encouraging to see so much greatness here tonight. Just to add to that list, I want you to consider the arsenal of tricks and skills that Alaine Griffin brings to work every day at the Hartford Courant. She can fill you with outrage when she describes the horrors one human being can visit upon another, and yet is able to do so in a way that preserves the grace and dignity of the victims. Work that was on display during the trials of Stephen Hayes and Josh Komisarjevsky in the Cheshire murders, which she reminded me as we were talking earlier. She had to line up at about 5 in the morning on the steps of the courthouse to make sure she would get a seat every day. Alaine can make you intrigued. In the days after the shootings at Sandy Hook Elementary School, we started talking and we said, we're going to figure out how the world can give you an Adam Lanza. And, you know, how are you going to do that? But Alaine figured out a way to do that in a way that was insightful and illuminating. It became part of a frontline documentary as well as some great stories in the Hartford Courant. And Alaine can make you cry. This last year, in 2014, the Hartford Courant celebrated its 250th anniversary as America's oldest continuously published newspaper. And there was this picture, talk about great pictures. There was this picture we ran several times in different special sections and as part of a documentary we put together of a Korean War veteran who was going off and saying goodbye. And it was just a beautiful picture. It's one of the most famous pictures the Courant shot. It was a Pulitzer finalist. But I really wanted to know the story behind the picture. Well, we got a letter early this year from a relative of someone who'd been in the picture. And I'm not going to go through the whole story, but it was a touching story that Alaine told in a way that actually made it, you could not cry. I mean, I cried, which is like something. You know, you can Google Griffin Courant Korean War photograph if you want to read the story. It'll get you there. But what it all adds up to is Alaine gets people to tell them their secrets. That's what she does. And they tell her secrets that they didn't even know they had. She is masterful, she is sensitive, and she never forgets that when she's writing about people. So it's with a lot of pride that I give you the Master Reporter of the Year for 2015, Alaine Griffin of the Hartford Courant.
I prepared some words because I'm more of a writer than a speaker. So I just wanted to say that I was one of those kids who said they wanted to be a newspaper reporter and actually did it. I want to thank the Hartford Courant for letting me be a reporter there for 15 years, where I've worked with some incredible journalists. Thank you to all of my editors there, John, Bonnie, Joe, Jenny, Bernie, and Andrew, our executive editor, who, along with our publisher, Rick Daniels, is masterfully leading us through the digital age. They care about investigative reporting, and they care about elegant writing. And we feel confident that they're bringing us to the digital age to combine both. And they don't forget that we believe that those things are important. I also want to thank Nancy Scheffler, who made this night possible for me. She's my former editor, and she's in New Orleans, and she couldn't be here tonight. Thanks to my family, my husband Scott, and my daughter Ava Louise. They put up with a lot of long hours and weekends behind my computer when I'm home. And I also want to thank my parents. I want to thank them for accepting my apology years ago for wanting to be a journalist. Because they feared that I would join the ranks of the last of the talented poor. So ask me if newspapers are relevant, and I will tell you this. I don't get in those discussions, those long debates about whether we're relevant. This is my answer. I believe newspaper stories, whether on a printed page or on a computer screen, will be read long after I am gone. If I didn't believe that, I wouldn't be able to get up in front of a wide-eyed, eager group of journalism students each week and talk about this most noble profession. And lastly, I would like to thank the New England Society of News Editors for this wonderful award.